press live.
Simon, thank you for motivating me to learn technology. I owe you time.
You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir.
All right, we should be live right now. We live right now.
Yeah, I see it.
Shout out to everybody filling in the chat. Y'all know what time it is. It's numerology time right now. Let me while the people coming into the chat room. All right, so family, I want to let the family, of course, know about the Magic Money book that every Kick Simon, show it to them, Kick Simon. Oh, they can't see. I don't think they see.
You know me. I got it on.
Kick Simon got it. He printed it out.
Printed it out.
It's huge. I mean, everybody's getting it. I advise everybody to get it. Hit up my Cash App. It's a $10 fee for the book, $ Black Magic 363. I talk about it all the time. It deals with the spiritual. The spirituality behind currency.
That's right.
It's a spiritual, it's a spiritual principle or principles that we have to understand. And yeah, this book got it. This book is it. Shout out to Billy Carson. It's going down. I'm gonna do an interview with the brother tomorrow to give everybody the final update. It's going down this Saturday, family. The workshop, the virtual workshop is starting 12 noon Eastern time. For everybody who's curious. Everybody will get their link by Friday. The latest to start Saturday, 12 noon. It will be a 6-hour virtual workshop. If you haven't signed up, go over to forbiddenknowledge.com and sign up for the workshop. This is the workshop that everybody's been waiting for. It's going to be off the hook, family. Also, shout out to Ancient Herbal Care. They got the ingredients that they got from all over the globe. And they put it together in an amazing package, and it's here to help our body, our skin, the largest organ we got on our body. So I advise everybody to go to their website and show support. Also, I talk about this man every show, King Simon. Make sure you call his number 347-496-1022. When it comes to numerology, him and Lloyd Strahorn is the best, and that's why I have a monthly show with these brothers, because I know what these brothers did for my life personally, and I gotta let them help the people as well. So call that brother right there. Shout out to Copper Mike with the hats. He calls them the crowns. Make sure you get your crown. In fact, copper is a very important metal that we should be wearing now anyway.
Yep.
So make sure you get your copper crown, family. Also, shout out to Riverside Tai Chi. If you need help with your joints, hit up Riverside Tai Chi for the joint balance formula. You get a discount on 3 bottles. Hit up that brother's website. And with that being said, man, welcome back, King Simon, Lloyd Strahorn. Welcome back, brothers.
Thank you. Good to be back. Good to be back.
Brother. What's up?
Indeed. Yo, I was just where can we get that book at again? You go to hit up my Cash App, $ Black Magic 363, the same way that the channel is spelled, and you send a $10 fee and leave your email. Get the book.
That's how I get the book. I get the book by sending it to Cash App. You?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'll do that because I want that book. Thank you.
It's excellent. It's excellent.
Yes, it is.
Excellent.
It is.
But family, listen, before we start, man, I was just telling King Simon and Lloyd Strahorn, man, today, Rising Power of Malcolm X, besides it being Malcolm X Day, today's the anniversary of my relationship with my queen. And it makes 15 years, man. The first thing, Lloyd was like, yo, people can't be together for 15 days. So it's a hell of an accomplishment. And, a lot of times in our community, we talk about the importance of relationship, but we don't get to see a lot of brothers in a relationship with their queens. And inspiration for me was Sonetta when I was young. I always admired the intention and love he gave to his wife and how hard he went for his children. And I got to give Sonetta a shout out because the only reason I met my girl is because I had a Chrysler 300 at the time, and I went to drop him off home uptown in Harlem. And when I dropped him off home, that's when I see my girl, and he knew her because she lived in his neighborhood. So he knew her growing up or whatever. And he introduced us to each other. So I got to give, the brother played a major role in my life in so many ways, even though he had crazy sometimes. So, but shout out to the brother Sarnetta, man. But I'm proud, man, to say that, you know, you got ups and downs, man. It's our relationship that affected a lot after the pregnancy. It was tough having a kid.
Yeah.
That's been tough. So,
Well, let me say this. One thing I would like to add is my mom and dad got married on May 19th today.
yeah.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, powerful day. Powerful day. Powerful day.
Day, okay?
Powerful day. May 19th is a powerful day.
And they were together until my mother transitioned. But
Mm.
other than that, they were together since they were kids.
Wow.
Wow. So
Man.
how many years altogether do you know since they were kids, since she transitioned?
About 40 years.
Amazing.
Yeah. And then
You
my
know-
mother transitioned, and several years later, my dad transitioned. And I was happened to be with both of them when they transitioned. So I felt very fortunate.
You know what usually happens like that? One person usually transitions after their mate leaves. It's like they don't desire to be here anymore, so they don't leave too long after their mate leaves. It's very interesting.
Yeah, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
All I can say is that one of my cousins is born on today. It's the 19th of May, and that's Grace Jones. So it is what it is.
Oh man.
Miss Jones is your cousin?
Yeah, that's my father's second cousin on my father's side. Yes, sir. From
Wow.
Jamaica, right as stone.
That's funny, Simon. Who don't you know, man? Okay?
I know everybody, man.
Crazy.
Time know
But
everybody.
hey, happy Malcolm X Day, everybody that went out to the burial. Big up to Professor James Smith and the whole AAU. They went out to the burial. A little contingent went out there, but it was a great thing on Facebook that they did. They did a whole presentation of the.
A nice acknowledgement to him. Very good.
Yes, it was very good. And
All right, so family, so today, I'm gonna try not to be on here too long. I always say that, but you know, I just love what I do, so I'll be on here long. But what's important right now is that because of COVID-19 or Corona or the name, whatever name they have for it, a lot of people are being forced to look within them and to figure out who they are, and they're being forced to confront themselves. A lot of people, because of the economy's changing, people are being fired. People want to know, hey, what am I good at? What's my purpose? What should I pursue? What should I get involved in? Like I always say to y'all, there's people out here, not on mainstream media, but within the grassroots community that are experts in certain sciences that are here to help us. We just have to know how to reach out to them and who's who and who's the fraud and who's the expert. These two gentlemen right here, as I always say all the time, are two of the best when it comes to numerology and numbers. Everybody's into numbers now, but you don't want to just go to anybody. You want to go to the brothers who've been doing it for decades. You gotta be in this game for over 10 years. You can't just start doing numbers 3 years ago and give people readings. At least 10 years in. At least 10 years in, I say. These brothers been doing it for decades. King Simon helped me when I was in my 20s. I always tell that story. Lloyd, man, I was interviewing Lloyd. He was in my house, and I'm like, I said, yo, you the CIA or something? How you? I'm like, how you know this shit? I'm like, this dude, like, what? How this dude know this shit? But yeah, these dudes is the best. But what we're doing today a little different is we're reading it's called destiny numbers, right?
Right.
You know, there are a lot of interchangeable words. They call it destiny number, birth path number. So as Simon knows, and I teach my students, you know, it's just a matter of a semantic. As long as you mean when you add the month, the day, and the year you're born. So yes, some people will call it a destiny number. Some will call it a life path, the birth path. They're interchangeable, but it's simply an addition of the month, the day, and the year you were born. So let's say you took somebody September the 17th, 1981, okay? So the month is a 9, you're born on the 17th, 1 + 7 is 8, 1981 adds up to 19, in fact, Malcolm X's birthday, all right? Which is a 1. And so when you add 9 + 8 + 1, that adds to 18. So this particular person born on this day has a number 9 destiny. The numbers don't go any higher than 9, because like they'll say, well, what do you mean? They'll say, what about 10? Well, 1 + 0 is 1. What about 11? 1 + 1 is back to 2. So it's just a matter of how you do it. So you can't get any higher than that. So I'll tell a person symbolically, they are in the 9th grade in the school of life. They tend to relate when I use that terminology. What grade am I in? Except in the real world, unlike this world, you don't get social promotion. You know, you ain't gonna get in the class, they just pass you on from the next grade to the next grade. The theory is if you don't learn your lessons in this moment you're in, the theory is you come back to repeat it at some point in time. So you either get it right or get ready to come back again.
What should I tell them to leave? What should they leave when they send me the Cash App? Just leave their month, their date, month, and year?
Yeah, the month, the day, and the year they're born, and Simon and I will go from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so family, leave.
And just remember, I just wanted to share with the people, if you don't mind, Brother Rich. I want to thank you very much for allowing us to be here. Remember, with numerology reveals cycles and seasons that you're in. So if you're missing a cycle and you got to come back around to the next cycle, it either going to be worse or going to get better. So pay attention. And I tell people all the time, numbers have duality. And if you're not paying attention to the duality, either you're going to be constructive, obstructive, or destructive to your life path or your destiny number. And if you're not doing any one of those, then you become complacent. And complacency, remember, comfort is the enemy of progress. So you can't progress if you're not if you're comfortable. So we're trying to we try to help encourage you through your numbers and show you. That's why I always post a flyer saying numerology or numerovation is applied mathematics. Let it help you. It is applied mathematics. Show you how to apply it. That's what Lloyd and I do. Help you to apply your mathematics.
We are pragmaticians. In other words, we just don't say your number just so sound good.
Right.
Simon and I have learned to say, okay, what does that mean? How to expect it and lead you in the right path, which is why I guess Simon and I are sought after so much.
Hey, the Bobby Hemmett tribute. The hat we got, brother.
You gotta win. You gotta win.
Brother, this is the hat.
There you go. There you go. What's the name? Baron Somdi.
Barry Salvi, yeah.
Somdi, man.
Look at
Shout
the
out to
Bobby
Bobby Emmett. Yeah, I played a amazing clip from Bobby last night, family, on the Phil Valentine interview with Bobby talking about the Typhonian Egyptians, man. It was off the hook. Shout out to Minister Clemson Brown for all those amazing interviews the minister did. And let's get started, man. Who like I said, if y'all want the reading, send something in. Okay, I got a few people here right now. And like I always say, family, don't insult me and send $1 now. I see a couple of y'all already started with that, you know. Not sure, you know.
By the way, $1 is less than $1 anyway. So then
but we're gonna start out with Helen. Helen is January 12th, 1981.
well, first of all, she's born the same day as Jeff Bezos.
Hey, Helen.
And Dr. Khalid Muhammad.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Beat me to it, Simon, but that's how we roll. Okay. So what year is she born in again?
January 12th, 1981.
Oh, she's born the same year as you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she is, Simon and I know she would be a 5 destiny. And what we do is we synthesize it. 1 plus 3 plus 1. Now, when I say 1, that represents January for those that understand. When I say 3, that's for those, because she's born on the 12th day, 1 plus 2 is 3. Then when I say 1 again, 1981 adds to 19, 1 plus 9 is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. So it's 1 plus 3 plus 1 equals 5. So she's in the 5th grade in the school of life. So she must learn the right use of communications, the right use of branding, the right use of promoting, the right use of using her diversity, because normally 5 are multifaceted, multidimensional, you know, multi-talented. And so one of her gifts is, but now to the negative. In other words, if you don't learn these lessons, because 5s can be addicted to anything that stimulates the nerves, be it sex, drinking, or drugs, because sometimes too much of is worse than none of, you know, and those kinds of things. Learn not to be too impatient, because 5s have no patience. They like to keep it moving. You know, they don't like things that are slow. I got strong aspects in Gemini. Maybe that's why I don't like long lines, for example, because 5s have no patience for things like that. but it indicates also 5 is called the number of sex attractions. So I would say she doesn't have any problems beating dudes off of her, beating them back, you know, with that kind of destiny.
Yeah, Helen got a pretty profile pic, so I guess you're right. A reminder, family, doing destiny numbers. So the purpose of this is to, you know, this is a new economy coming. I want the family to know exactly what direction they should be headed. So this is very important. Take what these brothers are saying very serious, family. But
can I say something?
Yeah, get something.
Now, you know, what Lloyd just broke down is on the point 100% because he and I know these things. But when you do the mathematics of it in the old way, like Lloyd has taught and various others have taught us, but definitely Lloyd, he's one of the premier. It adds up to 1994 when you add the 1 plus the 12 plus the 1981, and 1994 adds up to 23. So when you look into tarot numerology, now I'm taking it to another level because
I like that.
Is the royal star of the lion. So anybody that has that number, that's one of the most successful numbers in the tarot chart. And it is a promise of help from superiors and protection from those in high places. So people born with that life path not only are supposed to be doing traveling, but they're also supposed to be doing multiple streams of income because it's the adaptable number and it's the versatile number. And the 2 and the 3 represent, you got to be compassionate at what you do because 2 is the number of compassion and 3 represents the expansion level. So you got to be compassionate. You got to be able to expand and be creative. And then the 5 says you got to be multi-talented, multitasking, and adaptable in what you want to do if you want to survive in what we're doing as far as the destiny number or the life path, my brother.
Now, Simon, let me ask you this, buddy. I mean, not that I'm interviewing, Rich is interviewing, but did you say the 23, what'd you call it? The lion or something like that?
The royal star of the lion.
Here's the thing. Did you know Haile Selassie?
Born on the 23rd.
Yeah, that's what that baby. You know, King Haile Selassie of Ethiopia.
That's right.
July 23rd.
July 23rd.
Under the sign of Leo, which is a lion.
Lion, yep.
You go, that's why you're my man.
That's why you're my teacher.
Hey, let's all right, let's get, I don't want to
yeah, go ahead.
Let's get to Chris. Is born January 1st, 1985.
He's a 7. He has a 7 destiny.
Mm-hmm.
And that simply means he's here to learn the right use of his spirituality. And since you were talking about potential careers, 7 normally do well in analysis, research, investigations. They wind up being experts in whatever respective fields that drive their passions or motivate them in that way. They are specialists in all kinds. It tells me with this destiny that during the course of life, they will become more spiritual. It's no accident that most founders of religious foundations of all number 7s, from Christ to Buddha to Charles Russell, the founder of Jehovah's Witness, to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, that's a 7, the founder of the Nation of Islam, to Bishop Desmond Tutu, all 7s. So it simply means as long as this brother stays along a spiritual path, a spiritual journey, I mean, he don't have to walk around like a priest or monk or stuff, but be aware that there are higher things that guide his life too, as well as we're always thinking we're in control here on planet Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. Let's get to King Simon. Did you want to say something?
Yes. Like he said, it is a life path 7 that he's under. But I always tell 7s, the problem with people that have the life path 7 and sometimes the 1 and then his alignment numbers are 2 is that y'all second guess yourself too much. You talk your way out of things. Talking your way out of things. How are you going to accomplish any goals and be successful? And you're talking your way. You're in your own head too much. Stop that and watch how you grow, because remember what he just broke down, that 1 plus 1 plus 1985 adds up to 1987. And that's a 25. 25 is that number that strength is gained through observation and experience is gained and benefits is gained through observation. But first, you must be going through strife. You must go through trials. And most of the times you go through trials and strife because you're thinking too much. And you got to stay motivated, because I always tell people born under that number 7 or have that destiny number 7, they got to stay motivated. Listening to motivational speakers. Listen to affirmation. Reading books that Brother Rich has given us. Boom, this book is all about staying motivated because you get into your own head and then you get depressed because you're in your own head. Moving right along. Thank you very much.
Indeed. Let's and family, if we don't end up getting to you today, you could definitely call them and the brothers will do something for you over the phone, a discount or something like that. So you don't worry about it. But we're gonna get to as many people as possible today. But let's get to Sheila. Sheila is 12/18/1982.
Okay, she's born the same day as Frankie Crocker. She has a 5 destiny also. And also Ossie Davis, actor Ossie Davis was born on December 18th too. So with her having a 5 destiny with a 9 birthday on the 18th, that means she would be a natural traveler. She would like to explore the world. And if a guy's expecting to get into the mix with her and domesticate her, he's going to have some serious problems when he wakes up and she's gone. Okay.
Wow.
Exactly. And please, if you're born under that number, think on an international level. Don't limit yourself because 1 plus 8 equals 9, and 9 is the international number. Now, 18, which is so interesting, that number 18 is interesting because 18 can make money off of wars and arguments and all that kind of stuff. That's one thing 18 can make money off of. But because the 1 and the 8 has a frequency also, remember the 1 represents staying creative, staying on top of your creative edge, and the 8 represents staying on a multiple tasking type of level of being an entrepreneur and then seeing it till it's finished. Because 9 is the completion number, so you got to finish what you start. Stop stopping and starting and stopping and starting. You're number 18. Finish what you start, and you will accomplish. And that number 5 scatters your mind a lot. That life path scatters your head. You need to finish what you start, whatever you do.
Before we continue, how can they contact you for the full reading?
Go ahead, Lloyd. You start first, brother.
That's my man, Simon.
Okay. Anytime people can text me their full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. Now, I'm already backed up all the way to next week, so please be patient. I'm backed up all the way into next week because, not just because of Brother Rich, because all the shows that I've been doing, but Brother Rich was the main one. I'm still backed up, but I'm all the way, I got space for next week and the week after, but please, also you can check me out on YouTube at King Simon Presents. But Lloyd, please give them your information.
Okay, Rich, I got to give you your props, man. You know, when Simon and I was on your show the last time back in February, February 26th on the show, at that time I'd had a numerology course I just started online called Learn from Lloyd, How to Read a Person Like a Book. As of this moment, I have a total of 964 students enrolled from 36 different countries in 16 different languages. So you heard me thank you. I thank my man, my brother here, Brother Simon, and especially Jackie Levine, who did the logistics and put it up there. So they can go to my website. It's Lloyd-Strahorn.com, and that's spelled LLOYD-Strahorn, STRAYHORN. When you scroll down, you can see where to sign up for the course if you want to. Scroll down a little further, you can sign up and get a free monthly newsletter for the month of June.
King Simon, do me a favor, put your number in the chat for the people.
Okay, bet. Hold on.
And let's get to the next. Let's get to Paul. Paul is 5/30, so that's May 30th, 1976.
Okay, so he is a that's a 5/5/4. He's a 4. But it's a master number. See, don't forget the one thing and the beauty about Simon and I, we can do it in our head. We also want to know if he might say, well, listen, I understand I'm a master number. Then Simon and I know the proper way to do it. Would you put the month at the top, the birthday underneath, the year underneath that, draw your line, add your columns down, add it across. So he can either be a master number 22 destiny. Simon's probably figured that out by now, knowing him with his number 4, or he could be a 13, which means power and dominion, those who understand the power of 13. So it all depends. And the fact that this year, 2020, is a year of a 4 and he has a 4 destiny, that means there's a lot of things he can learn here, you know, all depending on the age, the attitude, the experience, the wisdom, and the ability to be open to grow, which a lot of people don't want to do nowadays, it seems.
Right. And it comes with the need to be structured and organized in whatever you do. One thing about the fours, again, the fours and the seven has been the primary, in my study, been the primary mental and worrying and depressive numbers. Stop thinking too much and start thinking and visualizing what you're supposed to do. He's born on the 30th. So the 30th is the expansion number on one level, but it's also the mental superiority number on another level. So stop thinking on a mental superior and stop worrying. Visualize, 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 and it will come to you. Thoughts are things like we've been taught for over the years and great books that we've had. Thoughts are things. So if you're thinking negative, negative things will be drawn to you. But if you're thinking positive, and I'm talking to all of y'all, it will be drawn. And these applied mathematics, this applied numerology, because mathematics is just the study of numbers, numerology, just the same thing. All we have to do is really learn to use the powerful interpretation and the positive interpretation of these numbers to help us guide us. And it is work. Lloyd, I got to tell him, it is work. It's not overnight.
Yeah. Well, see, a lot of people want, let me, give me, can you spare, is it free? The easy way. When you have for destiny, it's kind of like, I remember I did an interview in Texas one time at a station. The guy called and said, yo, when is my ship coming in? Now, Simon and I know as Aquarius, no telling how we going to give you the feedback. And I said to the brother, did you send a ship out there? Because if you didn't put nothing out there, how you expect something to come back? That's how a four is. Yes, you may have to put your shoulders to the wheel. Yes, you may have to work up a sweat. Yes, you may have to sacrifice a little bit, but the return you get will be in direct proportion to what you put out there.
Let's get to and definitely let's keep it short for sort of
okay, no problem, brother.
Let's get to Baron. Baron is December 23rd, 1973.
Ray Charles's birthday.
Yes.
19 what again?
73.
Okay, he's born in the year of the 2, so he has a 7 destiny also. So he's an air sign with an air number with a water destiny. So that means reasoning and then research, intuitions, deep feelings and emotions about things. It tells me since he's born under a literary number of a 5, and 5 and 7 also rules knowledge and wisdom too. This person would make an excellent writer along the course of his life, over the course of his journey.
Right, and both 5 and 7 are traveling numbers. Don't be afraid. Don't work your passport. Don't be afraid to exhibit the world, because 5 is a traveler, and it's, of course, is an adventurous traveler, but you need discipline and structure. And then 7 is the traveler, but it's on research, when you're going to research and dig, but also go into your meditation and dig within and find out what you're supposed to do, because your spirit always knew. Your spirit always know what you're supposed to do. From back in the past all the way now, go into your deeper meditation. And please get this book by Brother Rich. He got it. Brother Rich got that. I'm going to keep on promoting my Brother Rich.
Let's get to Arlette Johnson, and that is July 3rd, 1983.
1983. So that means this person also has a 4 destiny too.
Wow.
Okay. Now, it all depends on how Simon is doing it, but don't forget, the beauty of what Simon and I do, which is what we try to teach our students, is how to get things done in your head. Because if you saw that movie, Hidden Figures, okay, where these women, Black women, of course, they call them computers, and where was it at? In their heads, okay? So that's how Simon and I teach our students. You got to have it, because you ain't going to have a paper or pen all the time. So this person has a destiny. So that means they would be a water sign with a fire number with a air destiny, which is a mix of the elements, okay? And so therefore this person would be very creative, but in a way that should be, as Simon referred to, being structured, organized, having a sense of direction, focus, and purpose.
That's right. And just remember, be careful of energy vampires, especially y'all water signs and water numbers, and master number 22, especially because her life path is a master number 22. And we got to check that. Why I'm saying that, because sometimes master number 22s can be very naive, and y'all be surrounded by vicious animals or vicious people and don't know and don't figure it out until the last minute. You are a master number. You're like an eagle. You're like an eagle, but you're hanging out with chickens. Stop hanging out with chickens and be the master that you're supposed to be. Your destiny says.
All right, so we got Antonio, November 18th, 1990.
November 18th?
Yes, 1990.
Okay, that's a 1, that's a 3. That person has a 3 destiny. Now, see, Simon and I know it's more than that. Is it a 12-3 destiny? Is it a 21 destiny? Is it a 30 destiny? But the point is, this is one of the best destinies to be born in. In other words, this person born with a 3 destiny, or born in the 3rd grade in the school of life, by adding their month in a year, would indicate that life for them, for the most part, should be most pleasant compared to, knock on wood, their other friends, okay? Being creative, it means that they would normally drift into areas connected with government, religion, or the arts. I also noticed with 3s, some of them are going into the pharmaceutical business as well. I don't know what that's about. I noticed that seems to be another characteristic that 3 people lean toward too. And in the 3rd grade, that means they should go with ambition and they should aim to reach the stars, even if they only,
right. And speak up in a timely fashion, right and right. Do any form of expression and expansion. The only way that you're going to get what you need to get is by journaling it and writing it down and then work it. It's all about having a vision board, short-term vision, short-term goals, especially in this day and time where we all got to be creative. This is a good time to start your writing skills. And because your alignment number is a 29, which is an 11, that is the visionary number. That's the number that says you need to have insight to where you're going to go for the next, let's say 100 years. Have a 100-year plan, like Mitsubishi does, like JP Morgan. JP Morgan's plan is still going, and he's dead many years. We're not thinking about what we're supposed to be doing.
We got Yasmin Bell, March 13th, 1997.
Woo.
March 13th, 1997. So she's born in the year of the 8. So she also has a 5 destiny. No, a 6 destiny. A 6 destiny, right, Simon? I think I'm doing this in my head.
Yeah, six destiny. You're right. Right. 6 destiny.
In the 6th grade in the school of life, which means her role here is to be of service. So since you focus on areas of interest occupation-wise, 6 does well in the arts. 6 does well in business. Like when I say the arts, they wind up being your singers, musicians. Bob Marley was the number 6, for example. Yes, artists, musicians, fashionistas. They then do well in banking and real estate and law. And they also do well in the area of service, teachers, nurses, social workers, life coaches, personal trainers, things of that nature. But the point is to be of service.
And also because you have that, of course, that 13 number, it is a power number. And if you use it, if you misuse it, it will wreak destruction on you. The 1 in itself represents the creative aspects of your life. The 3 represents your creative aspects of your life. But the 1 is the trailblazing leadership number. But guess what? Your alignment number, when I add the 3 plus the 13, is a 16. That means you have to plan things out carefully or it will be a problem for you. So everything you have to plan. Like Lloyd would say, you're not the person that's going to jump off a mountain without a parachute. So that's going to work with that alignment number. And then, of course, like he said, 6 is the number of service, but also it's the number of forgiveness. And the thing I can tell you right now, whatever you have to forgive in your family, forgive, let go, and grow. Because that's a family number, and it tells me I see the traumas of things that's going on in the numbers also. That's why I'm telling you, you know who you got to forgive, and you know who you got to let go, and you know how you got to move on. I don't have to tell you nothing else.
Next book, Simon, that I'm going to buy.
Which one?
The one you're writing on
now. Oh, yeah, Numerology for mental stability. Yes, that's coming out soon. Get an
autograph copy.
Let's a lot of sisters I've noticed that want to read in that I noticed that hit the Cash App. A lot of sisters, man. Shout out to the sisters who want to figure out this higher science right here.
Lord, tell them this is the sisters' time. Come on, man.
Not only is the age of Aquarius like Simon and I, but more importantly, this is the age of women. And Simon and I will tell you that the majority, if we did 10 clients today, about 7 to 8 of them will be women. Women are more open, more receptive to this. It's not that the guys aren't. We just got to get past our ego a bit, okay? It's okay, guys, if we, humble ourselves to learn something. But women, they have no problems with that because it is women that run this world. And without women, we wouldn't have got here, okay? So that in of itself means we should honor them more than we do.
Yes. Okay, bro.
Okay, where was I? Shawana Frazier. And that is, she is on October 15th, 1980.
1980, that's the year of the 9. So she is a 7. She has a 7. Interesting, this is about the 3rd or 4th person to call with a 7 destiny, except this person is an air sign with an earth number with a water destiny number. Okay? Air means reasoning, earth means practicality, and water means sensitivity and intuition, things of that nature. It also indicates she's strikingly attractive because her 6 is exactly in the house where it should be, in either the sign of Taurus or the sign of Libra. But I would tell a man, if they're just getting caught up to what's on the outside, I would say they should venture to find out more about what's on the inside.
Right. And she's born the same day as Ursha. Ursha.
Yes.
And but also finish what you start, darling. Because you're born in the year 1980, it's about finishing what you start. See, although 80 kicks in a little later in your life, but all these numbers work in flows and ebbs and flows. So if you understand that, because you have that 7 alignment number and a 7 life path, I'm telling you, family, people like that, they think too much and they think they way out of things when you really need to visualize and finish what you start, whatever you put your mind to.
Damn, I forgot. Dale G sent me something. He sent me something before the show started, so I forgot. He sent me something at 5:45. He was like, "I ain't playing, man."
Yeah.
But he is what is this? July 23rd, 1988.
There's Haile Selassie.
Haile Selassie, we just mentioned him. That's right.
What year is he born in again, Rich?
1988.
Okay, so he's born in the year of the 8. So that's, he has either master number 11 or 2 destiny. Simon will be figuring that out. That means 2 rule the masses, 2 rules emotions, 2 is ruled by the moon, which rules the feminine principle. So it tells me with that destiny, if I did it correct in my head.
You're right.
That means that women will always be an influence around him. He either work around a lot of women, have female supervisors, directors, or managers. And it also indicates to a degree that women will be his blessing and his curse. In a sense, women will love him for who he is. And then sometimes women have a way of thinking, well, if I can't have no other women can have him. How they think like that, I don't know. To break that down, why they do that. But, that's what I'm saying.
And and he got the gift of gab. He does have the gift of gab. No wonder women can be his blessing, his curse. But also, his life path adds up to a number 11 the master number 11. So again, it's a visionary number. But you gotta have a vision, brother. You gotta have a vision. Haile Selassie had a vision.
Yeah.
So people going under the 23, if they have a vision, they can pursue more because 23 still adds up to 5, and they can be the scattered brain. And like Lloyd always used to say, the number 5 is usually the ones the jack of all trades and master of none.
And focus. That's focus. That's all they got to do.
Stay focused. Yeah.
Right, let's go to this. Katrina Butler is December 4th, 1966.
Oh, same Jay-Z, 1976, you said?
No, 66.
1966, same day as Jay-Z.
This is the year of the 22, then the 4. So that means this is, I think, 11-2, Simon, a 2 or 11. She would be either a number 2 destiny or number 11. Or
number 11, right, 11. You're right on it. That's right.
So she would be a fire sign with an air number with a fire destiny number. So that means fire and passionate, bringing to the table of life and making things real, which force tend to take things and transform into things that are real or touchable, especially the master number 22, which she's not. But notice she's born in the year of 66, which adds up to 22. Right. So she's born the year of a master number 22 with a master number 11 destiny. So I would say there's something very special and unique about her. She may have had to pay a price because Simon and I know the more gifted you are, the more sometimes pressure is put on you. Yeah. God expects us more to deliver. You know what I'm saying? So if she's going through her things, I'm sure she's going to come out top just fine and dandy. Thank you.
Exactly. And because, yes, again, that number 4, 4 is the number of discipline. That's one of the numbers of discipline. So it's discipline that you have to have. See, once Jay-Z got discipline in his artistry, that's when he was able to become the billionaire that he is now. And then he went to the multiple streams of income that he had to do because 4 and 8 are multiples of each other and have to deal with legalities, both of them on their own level, but structure and discipline is needed. And because your life path adds up to that master number 11, it's all about that visionary move that you have to make. And stop running away from who you are. Run to it, not run from it.
All right, we got we got Anthony Watts, and that's July 3rd, 1982.
Another one.
A Cancer person, they call him, but he's born in 1982. So he's born in the year of the 2. So that means he has a number 3 destiny. So here it is. Not only is this person born on the 3rd of the month, their destiny is the same. Now, this is the first time that I think that I can remember, Simon, since we've been on, where the person's date of birth is actually matching their destiny number at the same time.
Wow.
That's more emphasis on its creativity, the need for expansion, the need to grow creatively and imaginatively, a need to express themselves through arts, through words, through children, pets, because 3 is associated with all these things. But the thing I love about a 3, let me tell you, for those that Simon and I know, never tell a 3 person they can't do this and they can't do that, because they roll up their sleeves and y'all better get out their way.
Exactly. And this person doesn't like to work for nobody. You want to work for yourself.
Thank you.
If you really want to do that, write down 3 things that you love to do that no one else, you can do it better than anyone else for absolutely free, but you do it so well you get paid for it. Write it down, because your life path adds up to 1992, which is a 21, and that is the number of the universe, the crown of the Magi. In history, the Magi was able to turn nothing into something. What you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
All right. Let's. We got Carlson, and he is what's this? June 11th, 1996.
Okay, he's born the year of the 7. He has a 6 destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That means he's here to be of service also, either in the world dealing with the arts, or dealing with business, or dealing with service. All depends. Now, since they are born on the 11th, that makes it a master number. It means deal with these things, but in a very visionary way, in a very long-term way. And thus, sometimes when he's talking to people, in the moment, people hear it, but they don't get it, which is why the word visionary means just that.
Exactly.
Moment to be a little ahead of you. Okay.
Exactly. And what's so interesting, because he's born with the life path of the number 6, of course he's supposed to be of service, but he also needs to maintain balance within himself and find the love and forgiveness within himself, and then invite others to it. And then your alignment numbers are number 17, which Lloyd and I know that's the legacy leaving number. So if you really stay on top of your vision, if you really decide to help people, you can leave a legacy for your babies later on.
Yep.
That's how it all works. We put it all together. That's how we make it work.
Okay, we got Margot, and she is on December 14th, 1981.
Oh, she's one of the days Jim Comey that was fired by Trump in the earlier first president. But anyway.
Jim Comey.
Anyway. What year is she born again?
81.
1981. Yeah.
So that means she's 9 destiny.
Mm-hmm.
That means she is here with a purpose, a mission, of service. And see, 9 is a humanitarian number, but 9s like to be the masters of their fate, the captains of their ship. They are global, universal, international. They bring out the best in people. They inspire people. And it tells me with that kind of destiny and her birthday, with it being first of all, it's a masculine sign, 14 is a masculine number. That means she get along better with men than she.
Yes, and please, one thing about that 14, y'all can deal with a lot of people, combinations of people and all that, especially according to tarot. But remember, your alignment numbers are 26, and 26 sometimes suffer from making bad decisions, working with bad associates, making bad partnerships, bad speculation, bad advice. You just got to be very mindful of who you deal with, because not everybody deserves to be in your circle. You got to always know who are assets in your life and who are liabilities in your life, and get rid of the liabilities.
Which is easier said than done sometimes, because you got a lot of leeches and mooches, you know?
Yes, you do. My man Copper Mike is born that same day, December 14th. The Copper Mike, the one who makes the hats.
Yeah, oh man.
Yeah.
All right, we got Danielle. Danielle is January 18th, 1983.
Okay, that was the birthday of Elijah Cummings that passed away last year.
Yes, that's right.
A couple other people, but she's born in 19 what again?
83.
Okay, so 1983, that's a 3-4. She has a 4 destiny. So
Yes.
Simon is either a 4 or 22. Simon and I know the proper way when students come to us, how are you a 22 or a 4? Now, right now in my head, because I have no pen, she's a 4. But Simon, unfortunately, he's writing it down and he's just confirming. Is she a 22?
That's right. She's 22. You're right. I ain't got front people. I use my computer. I ain't playing with none of y'all. Lloyd knows his stuff. He's been doing this for many, many more years.
Quickly about this person with this destiny. It's not easy for her when she comes home at night and she lays next to her man, either one thing or another. 9, 8, 9, 1 plus 8 is 9, is the number of open enemies. 4, her destiny number is the number of secret enemies. So if it ain't one thing, it's another. But but she's a fighter, misunderstood. But normally most great men and women that you read about in biographies almost always thought of they're weird or crazy, but they wind up being in the history books and make great inventions that the world later benefits from.
Right. And she's born the same day as Captain Tazariak from the ISUPK, which is interesting. Yeah. And what's so interesting, her alignment numbers are 19, which in tarot numerology, Lloyd, we always know that's the sun, the number of the sun. And of course, that's one of the fortunate numbers in numerology. So it's an extremely fortunate number, but stop second guessing yourself. And look at the 1 and 9, Alpha and Omega. If you start something, finish it. If you start something, finish it. Let's keep it moving.
Next, we got Aisha Clark. Aisha Clark is April 22nd, 1981.
Okay, she's born the same day as the founder of Kathy Hughes, that found Radio 1.
Yes.
Birthday, okay? So the year she's born in again is what?
1981.
1981, so that means she's a 9, because 4 plus 4 plus 1 is 9. Mm-hmm. So hers is just the reverse of the person that called in front of us, January the 18th, okay, where their destiny number, their birth number was a 9, the destiny number was a 4. In this case, this woman who is 4, her destiny number is a 9, so in this case, it's not easy being her too. But because she's born on the 22nd, if you remove these years, I've removed the zeros from this year, 2020, that's her 22 staring her in the face. So in some way, shape, or form, Simon and I would say this is going to be a very significant year for her to grow, to expand, to share things, and work on self-improvement. And also an element of good luck is aspect for her too this year.
Yes, and she's born the same day as the crazy Marshawn Lynch. So the football. That man say what he means and mean what she says. And her life path is a number 9, so she should be saying what she means as meaning what she says. And also just in a number 22 years, as much as it can be a good year, as long as you stay on the positive numbers and the interpretations of the numbers, because again, that 22 leads to that 4, which can be mental. And don't listen to the news. You should listen to the news probably just for 4 minutes just to keep abreast of what's going on. But because you're born under that 22, which can suffer from mental issues and mental depression because of the lower octave number 4, you got to be protective and stay motivated. As a matter of fact, most of the people nowadays, because we're in 2020, we should listen to positive things early in the morning because our brain wave operates on a higher frequency early in the morning. Whatever you put in it from the early morning, it will carry throughout your day to help your mind stay on a higher level.
Yes, indeed. We got Julius and Julius Lovejoy Jr. and Julius is on March 28th, 1984.
Okay, March 28th, 1984. 8 destiny. That's what they have. They have an 8 destiny. They are here. 8 is a number, as Simon and I know, 8 is one of those numbers of fate or destiny. It is ruled by the planet Saturn. It is the taskmaster, father time, representing the seasons of winter, which is a cardinal sign. Thus, 8 would be a cardinal number if you did the astrological interpretation of it. So that means that the older this person gets, the better their life becomes, especially between their 33rd and 35th birthday, all depending. And it also indicates that they will always feel comfortable around older persons. they will always be young in spirit, but old in the mindset. You know what I'm saying? And they just follow it. But people with 8 destinies are normally in relationships very warm, faithful, and loyal, although they appear to be cold or distant. But Saturn is called a cold planet, the winter planet. So that makes sense. But once you get to know them, they're just as warm as you can get them.
Yes, just try not to be self-contained, please, because your alignment numbers are 31, and that's the number of self-contained and being isolated.
Right. Thank you.
And then, of course, he's a 28. You can be, if you don't learn to be passionate with who you're with, you will go down divorce line, because 28 is the divorce number.
Yes, it is.
I know. I know. So, and then if you really want to be real, I know you could be a little too rigid. I know this person could be rigid. I can tell by their 4s and all the stuff and the 8s and all that popping up. Calm down, relax, go meditate, go read a book, go sit in a tub, get a massage. Well, you can't do it right now in quarantine. Go do something. But y'all need to just don't be so intense, and don't isolate yourself in a negative manner. I'm talking about motivate yourself and keep yourself and your mind motivated, please.
All right, we got DeJuan Washington. DeJuan Washington is October 21st, 1973.
1973?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the year of the 2. She's born in October. In October, what again?
21st.
Okay, so 3317, 7 destiny again. It's interesting that quite a few people calling in seems to be in the 7th grade in the School of Life. And 7 is in spirituality. It notes getting to know yourself more. It moves investigations, research. So this is an air sign with a fire number with a water destiny number. So they bring passion, intellect, and intuitiveness to the equation of life.
And of course, that 21 again.
The world card.
Is the crown of the Magi. Please, right. I got to keep on saying this to y'all. Please, born on the 21st, because Umar Johnson is born on the 21st. Of course, Jordan Peele is born on the 21st. So you got to pay attention. They are the Magi. You've been given the gift to be the crown of the Magi. You've got to take little of nothing or something of nothing and turn it into something. That's what you're destined to do if you step into your glory. That's up to you. We just giving you the analysis, but it's up to you. You have the choice whether you make that decision or not. Keep it moving. You know, I'm going to keep it moving, Lloyd.
We got Christopher Smith, and he is June 29th, 1987.
Woo!
So he has a 6th destiny. That's what he has, if I'm not mistaken. And it also, since he is born under a feminine sign with a feminine number, and don't forget, is feminine astrologically is totally different than, you think of male and female. Just means their approach. And thus, I know whoever this person is, they would get along better with the opposite sex. So had this person been a woman born on June 29th, she would get along better with the male species. In this case, he gets along better with the females. But he would be a water sign with a water number and a water destiny number. What's his number again?
Number 6. It adds up to a 6. It adds up to a 6.
So he's water, earth. So that means whoever this person is with that configuration, this would be a nurturing kind of individual. He would be well in service, well in healing, well in touching, well at advising and counseling and things of that nature too. And you got to watch, probably a vegetarian or semi-vegetarian too.
And what's so interesting, Lord, when you do the 6 plus the 29 plus the 1987, it adds up to 2022. So I see the math, the angel numbers. So angel numbers, when you got an angel number, family, it's about trust that everything is working out for you exactly the way you want to, because it's a spiritual and a divine blessing to have angel numbers. I look at angel numbers too. And that's when that 222 shows up. That's the intuitive, compassionate, and spiritual number that adds up to the number 6, which deals with internal healing, but also willing to share that internal healing that you got and share it with the world when it's time. Hello?
Right, my fault. I had to mute on by accident. My fault, y'all. Okay, let's get to Khalil Trance, and that's April 6, 1991.
That's 11 days.
Birthday.
Whose birthday?
Sanetta's birthday.
That's right. That's Sanetta's birthday. Yeah, but this would be a fire sign with an earth number with a water destiny. So that means they bring passion and conviction. along with practicality, which is the nature of the six in its earth elements, along with it being a two. Is it a two destiny, Simon?
No, it's a three. It's a three, Lloyd. It's a three.
So that's fire. So it's
Yes.
fire, earth, fire. Passion, practicality, and passion. So this person can back up the things they say and do. And again, as I said, according to most books and according to my experience, is that people with three destinies, it's not that they have a charmed life. They have an easier life compared to maybe some of their friends or associates or family members. That's all it is.
Right. And they'll be a leader in whatever they do, but definitely got to be of service to people all the time.
Yep.
And their voice will help. Doing with music will help. And acting will help. Anything dealing with the theater would also help out with them because of that. Of course, the personal number and their life path is a three, which is 3 and 6, 3, 6, and 9, and then of course they born under Aries, which is a 9. So that's a power number that Phil Valentine spoke about last night. That 3, 6, 9 number.
Right.
Tesla, the famous engineer, spoke about those who understand the 3, 6, and 9 unravel the mysteries of the world.
Right.
And that's the flower of life. When you Google up that whole thing, it shows the flower of life. So it is life in general on a physical plane and a spiritual plane. So understand why that's a powerful number.
We got Shannon Butler. That's December 24th, 1979.
Oh, the same as my daughter. Okay.
Oh wow.
79.
Yes.
She has an 8 destiny. 8 rules Capricorn. So she is a earth element, Capricorn, with a earth number 6 with an earth destiny. That is practical. So she's got to avoid being stuck in the sense of not being flexible. Because sometimes when we get into a routine, it's almost like being a fixed sign. When you get into a fixed sign, when you're into it, you're into it. But she would have to learn the right use of being flexible from time to time, not being so stuck in something, so set in her ways that she can't be open to know other people. But she's very pragmatic. And one thing, if you marry her, you ain't gonna lose too much of your money.
Yes, exactly. And she's an old soul.
Yes.
So pay attention to her old soul energy and let her know that she has to finish what she starts, but also maintain the compassion in what she gets into, but maintain discipline and structure, because 8 and 4 are the discipline and structure numbers. So y'all gotta have that type of discipline in order for you to be successful in this day and time. Because Lord and I will always tell y'all what y'all need to do, but if you're not willing to be disciplined, it's not going to help you. You got it, because like Les Brown was saying, who was also born under the number, who was born under 17, which is an 8. The undisciplined mind is an insane mind. You got to be disciplined.
Why he's writing another book.
Yeah.
For the family asking about donations, I'm not taking any more for the readings. I'm just going to do the readings that I currently have to do right now. For those who want the full reading, I would advise you to call these gentlemen.
Yeah.
And if I don't get to you today, still call these gentlemen, and you can send them your Cash App receipt, and they will take care of you. Once again, if I don't get to you today and you send something, call King Simon or Lloyd, send them your Cash App receipt, and they will take care of you. But we're gonna get back to the readings. We got hold on, I lost my spot.
I'm gonna put the numbers inside the chat right now so they can know.
Yeah, Peter, thank you.
Yeah.
We got
Diamond, with permission, put my number in.
I got mine. Put yours in too. Of course, Lloyd. Stop playing. Of course, I'm gonna put yours in.
we got Humor. I don't know Humor, and Humor is November 1st. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, November 1st, 1986.
Our 9 destiny. They have a 9 destiny. And it's interesting because 9 rules the zodiac sign of Scorpio too. So this person be able to start what they finish and finish what they start. It means that this person, whoever they are born to lead rather than to follow, born to give directions rather than take orders, okay? And with that destiny number, it also, and with the birthday, it's got all those ones, 111, and in the year. So that means this person is also be blessed to not look their age, which causes them problems when they are trying to give direction, leadership, and focus to other people.
Right. When was their birthday again? I didn't even catch that. I was there sending our numbers in.
November 1st, 1986.
Oh man. Oh man. Whoever that person is very highly intuitive, They got to stay focused. They got to stop second guessing themselves and being indecisive about what they want to do and how they want to do. And also be careful of energy vampires. A good book to read is a book that I've recommended on Richard's show before, and it's called Energy Vampires by Dorothy Harbour. Gives you rituals on how, especially empathic people or water signs or water numbers, it gives you rituals on how to clear the air and clear the space of energy vampires around you at your job and all that. Believe me, very good book. She's Dorothy Harbour. Break it down. Good for you.
Okay, we got give me a second. We got oh shit. Tamika, oh no, she said this for Stanley. All right, so Stanley.
Hey, Stan.
Oh, today's his birthday. May 19th, 1976.
1976, that's the year of the 5. One, he has an 11 or 2 destiny.
Okay? Two destiny, right. 2 destiny, you're right.
So that means he has to be of service. Here's the dilemma. He's under a number 1. Ones don't like to be servants. Ones, you serve them, okay? So he's gonna have to learn how to strike that balance of leadership and yet at the same time be open and receptive to listen to other people, okay? But I would say, you know, they would do well, but normally Tauruses is a sign very set in their ways. The number 1, nothing personal, Simon. The number
It's all right, brother.
in your way, it could be something else. So this guy could be, now, if this guy is set in his ways in terms of his goals, his career, his objectives, his power building, then he'll be absolutely awesome. But
And
if
this is
low term, we won't miss it.
And this is a new beginning cycle for him, too. He's in a 1 personal year. So this is a good year to set up a business. This is your year. And what's so funny, today it celebrates Malcolm X's 55th year in commemoration of what he went through, of course, dying in the Audubon Ballroom. And he's born on the 19th, which is a 10, which is a 1. 5 plus 5 is a 10, which is a 1. Look how it all works. This is a good year for you. And the documentary came out this year. This new documentary came out this year, early this year. So
Right. It was on Netflix during Black History Month.
Right. So we got to pay attention. You can set up a business. If you don't have your business now, Stanley, you need to set up your business now. And when you start it, finish it. But you got to do what you love to do. Don't second guess yourself. Just do what you love to do. Please.
All right, we got Lauren Brown, and that's on 11/11/2014.
20 what again?
14.
Wait a minute. That's baby.
Hold on, man. That's impossible.
That's just born. They just born. They're doing it for the child. Okay.
Right.
They're doing it for the child. We got you.
I'm about to say.
More than about their youngster, okay?
Yes, exactly.
11/11/2014, that means they're either in a 2 or master number destiny, which will be conferred.
You're right. You're right.
Visionary youngster. And thus, I would encourage this person to not, as a parent, narrow their scope, narrow their expectations. Don't say to them, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Some of the greatest things have been accomplished because people were told they could not do it. And this may be one of those particular youngsters, okay? And so by bringing out the best, they're under a fixed sign, they're born under a master number. So they come with all the right potential. It's just the right background, the right education, the right inspiration. There's a wonderful document I sent to Simon, I think I sent it to you too, Brother Rich. They said, you show me a child at age 7, and I'll show you the man they become. Of how we're programmed to be negative, to program to think in a poverty type of mentality. Well, this person has plenty of time, not too much, but enough time to put the last touches on terms of steering their child in the right direction. So when they become a man, or they become a woman, they're on a higher consciousness, not of a poverty mindset that this country programs us to be.
May I say something about that, Rich? Before,
yeah.
Now I'm very serious about children because as a young child, I've been we got a lot, yes, but I've been fondled by girl cousins when I was younger. Please protect this child. Why? Because there's certain numbers that attract the positive of love and the negative of love. And looking at the numbers that this child has, you got to be very protective. And because it's a master number 11 and November deal is 11 also, remember that number deals with deception and treachery. So you got to be very mindful of a child that has these type of mastery frequencies, because they may be a giving and loving child, but they don't understand who to give their love to until they grow up. So you got to be very careful, scrutinize who the teachers are, who the babysitters are. I don't care what it is. You got to, and I know somebody was born on the number 6, because I usually look at the even numbers, and I see that's where it attracts a lot of the numbers of molestation or fondling or somebody trying to reach out to them. A young girl born on the 6 was molested by her teacher. The teacher grabbed her and put her into a closet and licked her vagina, and at 6 years of age. So you got to be very careful. Especially, I know you got to protect all children, but at certain numbers, you see these things. And Lloyd and I knows 29 is a number that can be caught up in treachery and deception, and 11 can be caught up in treachery and deception. And then her alignment numbers are 22, and her life path is an 11. So she got a lot of this around her. And I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not telling you to be paranoid, but just be more protective, because she's a deeply intuitive and spiritual entity right now, and she can attract all types of energies.
It's interesting, Simon, when you said the 29th, because one of the things about Oprah Winfrey and her biography is that she tested as a perfect illustration.
Wow, man. Yup. Hey, listen, family, this is why, as y'all can see, this is why I got these two gentlemen up here, man. That's amazing for us to be able to hear something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we could avoid tons of problems in our life if we just understand who we are, what our energy represents, and man, this is amazing, man. I want to thank you, gentlemen, again. This is dope, family. Let's continue. We're gonna go to Tamari. Tamari is March 4th, 1996.
1996 is a 7. That person has a 5 destiny. Hope 1996, that's the year of the 7. And then a 1. I think that's a 6 destiny, if I'm not mistaken, right, Simon?
No, you're 5 destiny. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Good. So that means this person here has to learn how to, first of all, symbolically, in their 5th grade of life. That means career-wise, they would do well in the areas eventually connected with business, science, commerce, communications, import, export, the stock exchange, the literary field, etc. It means that it's to their advantage to be as diversified as possible and produce a quality product or service and whatnot. To the negative, they can be opportunists, or sometimes, people who take advantage of other people in deceptive ways.
And of course, because they're very deep in thought, my mind, I'm sorry, family, my mind is going to children and all that. You just pulled me into something, because I've done a lot of sessions for young people, man, and a lot of that has been going on in our nation and around the world. So, but this person is born March the 4th, right, Rich? March 4th?
Yes.
Okay. So tell that person always need to be structured and organized, and of course, be careful of secret haters, like Lloyd would always say. That number 4 deals with secret haters, and because your alignment numbers are 7, stop holding too much things. You got 2 mental numbers. You got alignment number that's a 7. 3 + 4 is a 7. Then you have the personal number, which is a 4. Protecting your mind, like Lloyd. Remember what they used to say on radio? A mind is a terrible thing to waste. Yes. And that was said by somebody born on the 22nd, on December 22nd. Arthur Fletcher from United Negro College Fund. He said that. So he was under the 22, which is a 4, which is a mental number. So I'm saying, in order for you to accomplish and be successful, discipline is required, and also being a visionary, because 7 is also the insightful visionary that has to look within to get the results without.
Well put, Simon. Couldn't have said that myself.
Horatio is April 6, 1978.
Another sonata, huh?
Born in a different year, and this person therefore born in the year of the 8. They have an 8 destiny. Actually, they're born in the year of the 7, because 1978 adds up to 25/7. But when you add it, he has a 8 destiny. So it's interesting. This person has a 6, which is a money indicator, with an 8 destiny, which is a money indicator. And it would also tell me, in practical terms, this person would prefer to own a home than live in a co-op or an apartment or a high rise, okay? Because we're looking at both earth entities, and that's where they would be better. They're very good judgmental. It also indicates this person would be also slightly conservative, but they will find that as they get older in life, life will get better for them.
Right. And please, you with the life path number 8, please create multiple streams of income. Sonetta, like you said, you want to live in a home. Sonetta always say he wants to move into a home. He's still in an apartment and thing. He's looking for a home now. So he's been wanting to do this for a long time. So I'm so proud of him that he's doing it. But because you're supposed to leave some type of legacy yourself, just don't make bad choices, especially with people that you have in your circle. Be very mindful of the circle you keep, because the circle you keep will. And what is that old saying, Rich? You can tell by who the person is by the 10 friends that they have, or something like that. I forgot who said that. One of those great motivational speakers. But you got to pay attention to the couple you keep.
Yeah, man. Your vibe attracts your tribe, man.
Yes, sir. There you go. That's one of them. Yeah, your vibe.
They got some video though. Let's get to Felicia Wilder, and she is September 19th, 1962.
1962, that is the year of the 9. So they have a one destiny. So this is an earth sign with a fire number with, and what was the destiny number again? She was born
1962. She's born 1966. So right.
One. So the second person we have with the destiny number is also in lockstep with the person's date of birth, like the number 3 person, the one that was born July 3rd in the year that added to a 3. So that now question, this person is born to lead. The question is, do you have enough life's experience to lead? And this would explain, let's say this is a very young child, one that's like a teenager. They don't want to take no orders, yet they're lacking in life's experiences, yet you know how to give direction, okay? So there's a learning process, and that's the whole point of the destiny, what we are here to learn over the course of life. And another way the elders would say, that's why youth and wisdom don't go together. Thank you.
And what's so interesting also, because you're born in 1962 and you're going to be 58 this year, in certain forms of numerology, especially under certain systems, this would be called your wisdom cycle. You're in a wisdom cycle. Now, this is the time to reveal your wisdom. And because 1 + 9 + 6 + 2 = 18, which is a 9 again, that 9 says release and let go of all of this wisdom that you have inside of you. You're born under 19, which is a 10, which is a 1. It's a writer's number. But that 19 is the number of the sun, so you're supposed to shine light on things. That adds up to a 10, which is the wheel of fortune number, so you can accomplish whatever you want to your desire. And because your alignment numbers are 28, relationship could be a little edgy, but if you've seen a good relationship with mommy and daddy, more likely you're going to have a good relationship. But if you didn't see a good relationship with mommy and daddy, then you might have a little problem in your relationship issues. But please find your own job, your own business, and do what you love.
All right, we got, let me see.
How many more we got, Rich?
Huh?
How many more we got?
I think we'll do probably about 10 more.
Okay, let's have some fun. My paper running out.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
I said my paper running out.
Yeah, like I said, if we don't get to you today, send King Simon and Lloyd. They're going to put their numbers in the chat. Just send them your Cash App receipt, and they will take care of you. Yeah, you just pay the difference. Yeah, so just send them your receipt, and they will take care of you. But let's get to where am I? Rena is September 16th, 1979.
1979, that means this person has a 6th destiny. They're born in the year of the 8, okay? 1979, they have the 26, 2 + 6 is 8. And so if that's the case, this person has a 6th destiny. Would I be right, Simon?
Yeah, yes. Well, no, I'm not even paying attention. I'm trying to send this stuff. I'm not even paying. I'm sorry, go. Lord, I'm sorry. I'm here trying to send our numbers back in there in the chat right now. I don't know if Sophia's there. Sophia's there. She's always on top of it. So big up to Sophia. Sci-fi.
Destiny along the course of life is to be of service to humanity, service to the community, service to her family, but more importantly, service to herself. The one thing I found with women who are 6s, men do it too, but the women who are 6s, 6 is the number of perfection. To give you an example, you know, that God said on day 1, let there be light. And then during the course of the week, he was creating the world. And then on day 6, the world was to his perfection and he rested on the 7th. Okay. Right. So people I know that's born on the 6th, the 15th, or the 24th got this thing about perfection. Things got to be perfect. But listen, unless somebody's walking on water, which I don't know who is, ain't nobody perfect on this planet. And so they must learn how to forgive themselves, that we're going to make mistakes. That is a part of the growing process. Only in the movies and television shows, okay? Because they only got so much time to give you the scenario. But in real life, the course of life may be long, arduous, may be full of experience as well as ups and downs, okay? But if they know what goes with the territory, they will be less. But they're here to be of service, no question about it. And they should miss that.
And 6, that life path is remember, forgiveness is the highest form of healing.
Yep.
Okay, let's get to Ace. Ace is January 21st, 1989.
Okay.
1989, that means that person was born in the year of the 9. They have a 4 destiny or master number 22, which Simon is checking.
Right. Right. There you go. You got it. Lloyd, you good. Right.
Simon could be doing it in his head, and I'll be doing it on paper. It don't make no difference because that's how we roll with this. So, all we do is that's why we help each other out too. But the point is, this person is here to learn how to structure, to organize, to have a plan. And if plan A is not working, to have an option plan. So if B don't kick in, then they got C or whatever the case is. But it also means along the course of it, 4s and 8s tend to be misunderstood because 4, first of all, is very visionary. They're ahead of the curve anyway. So as long as this person understands it in the moment, and then they're on the 21st, which is under the constellation of Aquarius in the first place too. So they're an Aquarius zodiac sign with an Aquarius destiny number. So the price they may pay sometimes is people looking at them quizzically like, what are you talking about? But at the same time, they'll find that they're ahead of the curve when they go down the road.
And learning another language would be good for you too. Learning different languages. Also, the need to stay structured and disciplined in whatever you do, but that alignment number 22, you're a master number. Master what you see. Master numbers are like people that's supposed to go into the dojo of life and master it. Like in martial arts, we got to do 10,000 hours to get to a certain level. Yes, you got to put in that work. There's some anomalies out there. I'm not going to front. There's some anomalies that are doing the masterful, like I said, the Duke of Tears, born March the 22nd. He's a master at a young age. He's been doing it. Rich and I know him for a long time, and I don't know if Brother Lloyd ever met him, but he's also. But this guy's alignment number is a 22. Then he's a 21, and that's that number of again the crown of the Magi, creating something out of nothing. You're the alchemist. Stop talking your way out of things. Stop second guessing yourself. You are the alchemist. Make it happen.
Let's get to Leandre. I think I'm saying the name right.
Leandre.
And that's September 19th, 1988.
Again, another one.
A 9 destiny. This person, 9 destiny. Because 1988 as of the 26th, which is an 8. And then you got it September. So this person's a 9 destiny. So this person is Alpha and Omega. They're Alpha in their birthday, which is a 1, and they're Omega or ending in their birthday. So destiny. That means they can start, they have the ability to start what they finish and finish what they start. These are both leadership numbers. I would expect this person, whoever they are, to be more of a leader than a follower, more of a visionary than a person who is very limited by their expectations and whatnot. In the case, and this is a woman, I think, right?
I think so.
This is a woman.
I hope so.
The reason why is this is why a woman powerful like this may have challenges in her love life. In other words, she gets along with the men, but in the relationship, they're accused of being bossy, dominant, trying to tell them what to do. No, with that kind of combination, you're and dealing with a woman that knows what she wants, and she's going to speak on it.
Exactly.
So if you are afraid to deal with a woman like that, then don't go mess with this one. Go find another one. All right? She ain't going to play that. So just save yourself a lot of wear and tear. That's all.
That's right. And please plan what you do, because your alignment numbers are 28. And one thing about the number 28, you always got great promises around you, great things to do, but you got to trust in yourself more. trust in yourself more, and plan what you do, or you'll end up starting life over and over again. Plan what you do and initiate the plan, because you are born on the 19, which is one of the initiative number and one of the best numbers in as far as tarot numerology. You know.
All right, we got Itzy Zaza.
Itzy Zaza. Hey. That name, I love to read that name.
Itzy Zaza is February 2nd, 1969.
Go figure. Yes, I would love to read that name.
That person, Zaza, has number 11 or 2 as a destiny number.
Yes.
Service, the ability to be a negotiator, because 2s are negotiators. Why they're good listeners. The one unique thing about a 2 destiny, or a person with a lot of 2s in the name, or 2 as Simon and I know on the birthday, they have an ability to see both sides of a situation. Why they wind up being excellent negotiators. This is why they wind up being good listeners. Well, listen, Simon, mom is pissed with me, and you go and, you know, they settle it. They smooth things out. You get a 2 with that kind of destiny, she'll always tell you, man, I'm always caught in somebody's drama trying to smooth things out.
Right, exactly. And then, of course, that loving number 2, like Lloyd would say, you need 2 kisses a day. You need to be appreciated all the time. And then because you got that master number 22, it's all about the spiritual discipline. You got to go within, and men that deal with you got to really respect you and give you honor and love, but also you got to respect and love yourself first, and then invite them in, like the great Capricorn once said, Eartha Kitt. She said, you got to invite people to your love. You got to invite them to your love. You got to invite them to your love. Don't just, and you got to be careful of energy vampires also, and stay creative and productive in whatever you do.
All right. We got DeMarco Griffin, and DeMarco is June 2nd, 1996.
June 2nd, 1996.
It's the 6th destiny. That's what it is. This person is a 6th destiny, which means it's interesting. 2s and 6s are service numbers. 1 is water, 2, and 6 is, 2 is water, 6 is earth. So these are nurturing elements. So anytime you want to make something grow in God's green, if you put seeds in rich soil, that's his number, and then you water it. So with him having a 6th destiny, this person would do well in the service industry. They would probably do well as a public defender in law. They would probably do well in real estate as negotiators. These are the kinds of people that are always brought into troubling situations to smooth the way over. And that's what they do. And if it's a male, this is a guy's birthday or a woman's?
That's a dude.
Okay, then that means that he will always be of service to women. Now, interesting, I found that guys who are number 2s get along with women, and sometimes so well, they think they're players. They're not players. They just have the feminine number that women find instinctive to their nature. But if he can, more than likely, again, he would do well, smoothing things over, listening to people. And if he's in a his women don't understand, he's going to have problems. Honey, why these women always calling you?
To speed it up, from now on, let's just Lloyd do a number, King Simon do a number, like that. So
all right, Simon's first. Go ahead.
Just real quick, let me say this, just so y'all know how on point these brothers is. We just read Itzy Zaza, and y'all was talking about how much of a good listener Itzy Zaza is. Itzy Zaza posted in the chat, that's funny, I'm a professional listener, I'm a counselor. So this is what I mean when I say we could avoid so many problems if we already know who we are, and these brothers is giving us the answers so we won't have to be lost out there, man. Sometimes we already know, and Itzy Zaza instinctively chose a career that she's good at. But these brothers ain't no joke. King Simon, make sure you put your numbers in the chat room again. I think this is very important. Let's get to my brother, Photograph him. He's a major contributor on this platform. The brother always shows love and donates. This brother is February 29th, 1980.
Wow.
Photograph.
Wow.
Very rare. If he celebrates his birthday on February the 29th and born in 1980, that means this person is in the 3rd grade in the school of life, symbolically.
Right.
Hopefully he's in 1980?
Yes.
1980.
Yes.
Okay, I stand corrected. Then he is actually on a 4 personal year.
Right.
22 destiny or number 4 destiny.
Right. Both things are right.
That would be a person who is here to build, to structure, to organize, to plan with method and purpose and vision and direction. All righty. This is a person that would be super sensitive because not only are they born in the second month with this feminine principle, they're born on the 29th day, which is another 2. So it tells me, especially in the early beginning of his life, even up to now, women have always played a very important role in his life, whether it's a mother, a daughter, a wife, an auntie, a grandmother, a niece, whatever the case is. And they will be very, very influential in him. And it also tells me he likes to collect things. He likes to dance too.
Right. And he's born the same day as Tony Robbins, which is interesting.
Yeah.
The motivation speaker. Yeah, I know motivation. I'm a numerator. I love motivation. I love
birthdays, huh?
For those asking about the Cash App, I'm not taking any more Cash Apps right now. If y'all want to get a full reading from the brothers, y'all could call them. They're posting a number in the chat room, but I can't be on too long tonight, family. I told y'all today's my 15-year anniversary. So
I don't even know why you're on the phone, man. Why are you doing the show today? You could have made it.
I'm you know what? I told myself I'm gonna do a show every day this week. That's what I told myself. I'm leading up to this workshop that me and Billy Carson doing on Saturday, and I said I'm gonna do a show every day this week. So I got to keep to my word, and I had to do a show today.
You have to hear from the missus after you get off the show tonight, buddy. Okay, so
I know. Let's get to Wendy Beckles is on May 3rd, 1967.
May 3rd, 1967?
Yes.
Okay, so one thing with her alignment numbers are number 8. And 8 is one of those old soul energies and also an entrepreneur energy. So it's best for you and then she's not 1967, you said her birthday is?
Yes.
1967? Now, this is interesting because what's so interesting about that, I'm saying because I'm born 1967 too, plus, so I know. And her life path is a master number 22. So as an 8 alignment number, because you're born under the 3, now you got to be a little bit more careful of how you talk. Don't be reckless with people. Don't get into scandals. You're born the same day as James Brown, Star from Star and Buck Wild, and Dame Dash. So you got to be very mindful of how you chat to people. Because they've gotten into a lot of stuff because of their mouth. And the one thing about this person ain't going to back down from an argument. And one thing, they're very deep thinkers, but they also master numbers of what they want to do and accomplish what they want to do. So just stay structured, stay disciplined, and stay out of trouble with your mouth, please. All right, go next.
Okay, let's get to Gerard Duckworth is August 12th. 1985.
They have a 7 destiny, this person. So they are born under a fire sign with a fire number with a water destiny. Okay. So that means they bring passion and intuition to the school of life. They bring with it a force of conviction. 3s are more career oriented than domestic oriented, as Simon and I know. And this person would be very ambitious, but they would have to do it in ways that are very spiritual, insightful, but in a way that when they find their niche, they'll probably be the best at it. And the older they get toward their destiny, the better they become in their skill sets and expertise.
All right, we got Johnny is on December 5th, 1983.
December 5th, 1983?
Yes.
Now, his life path is a number 2 also. Very, very caring person, but you've had your problems with women, especially because you're born with a number 5. Try not to be too aggressive or too, let's say, don't be obsessive, because I know sex is your thing when you want to get it in. I understand. we understand. But we ain't going to go there. But because you're also a number 2, you attract people that need healing. But it's how you handle them is going to be very, very important throughout your life. You attract certain people that need healing and need that kind of help. So more than likely, you've attracted women that needed some type of assistance from you or some type of guidance. But if you abuse and misuse them, that can be very problematic. So hopefully, as you're getting older, you start to reflect and understand that, because you're born the same day as the one, the only Disney from Walt Disney and Little Richard. Whoa! And Little Richard just transitioned just recently. You know, that was something else. I just want to make sure you understand. That's something else.
All right, we got Samir. We got Samir on December 23rd, 1978.
September the 23rd, 1978. This person is a 3 destiny.
Is December or September?
December.
Oh, thank you, Simon. Thank you.
You are. I got you.
Whole flavor. December the 23rd, 19, what again?
78.
78.
Okay, so this person has an 8 destiny. Because of December 3rd, 19, yeah. If I'm not mistaken, Simon, they should have a 8 destiny, which means a power movement, things of achievements and recognition, things of that nature, a maturity beyond their biological age, a philosophy that goes beyond their biological age too. And then with them being December the 23rd, they're a Capricorn, so their key numbers are the 5, 8, and 6. And with that being the case, that means they're young and old at the same time, laced with areas of responsibilities, commitments, and things like that. But since the 23 is their main birth number, as Simon and I know, we know that's their most active number. That's like the number that points north on a compass, okay, to find the direction, which way you're going. So with that and with that kind of destiny, they would do well.
Okay, we got Kayla, and Kayla is May 15th, 1984.
You said May 15th?
Yes, 1984.
1984. Well, that one, her life path is a number 6. And then she's 15, that's a number 6 also. So she definitely be good at service. She's definitely a beautiful person. Well, I've never met an ugly man, an ugly person born under that 6. Always handsome men and very beautiful women are born under that 6. Healing is, and my spirit is saying healing. The need to heal and really heal from a lot of family trauma. And you know what you need. You know who you need to forgive. And like I said earlier about these certain numbers, forgiveness is the highest form of healing, but you got to learn to forgive, let go, and grow. Forgive, let go, and grow, and watch what happens. And I'm not telling you don't kiss nobody's backside, no kumbaya. But if you have to write the letter to whoever you have to write to, if you have to make that ancestral tribute or respect to whoever you have to do it, because that will help you to release certain things. And when you do write a letter, one more thing, when you do write the letter to whoever pains you or hurts you, in between the lines, and I tell this to a lot of people, make sure you put, I forgive, let go of you, and I release you. So you can at least do the process of healing, because it's not an event, it is a process.
All right, we got Larry. Larry's on February 9th, 1982.
This is a 4 destiny, that I can tell you, whoever this person is. And it's not going to be easy being them, because 9 is a leadership number. 4, the destiny number, is a visionary number. And so with it will be some initial resistance, because they will interpret their courage and confidence as being cocky or arrogant. But as they get older, life gets better. And then they will learn how to trust their own vision. Even though some people will look at them kind of like cockeyed and stuff, they will find that normally if they stay their path, stay the course, they wind up being the victors. Right? And that's how I'm saying that.
All right, we got Neek. Neek is December 16th, 1995.
1995?
Yes.
Okay, 16, you've always got to plan out what you do. Stop playing. Stop talking your way out of things. Meditation will draw a lot of good energy to you, as long as you're meditating on being creative in what you want to do, being balanced, being harmony, because that 1 and 6 has its resonant energy also. And because it adds up to the number 7, your life path is a number 7. Paying attention to your deeper and inner thoughts is very important, and moving. That's also a traveling number, traveling overseas and all that. But 7 is also the deeply intuitive and analytical number. So anything you do from the 16 to your life path 7, you need to research, plan out, dot every I, cross every T, make sure all the pros and cons are right, especially going into business or any affairs of dealing with business of any kind. Go ahead.
Yep.
Yeah, we got Paula. Paula is January 12th, 1977.
She is a 1 destiny, if I'm not mistaken. If she's January 12th, yes, in 1977?
Yes.
1977 is the year of the 6 plus 3 plus 1, yes. This person has a 1 destiny, which means to be focused, a person with purpose and focus and direction. And because of it, that means that they will attract along the course of their journey, Leos, Aries, Aquarius, or people born on the 1st, the 4th, the 9th, the 10th, the 14th, the 13th, excuse me, the 18th, the 19th, the 22nd, 28th, and the 31st of any month. That's who they would attract with this kind of destiny they have.
We got Brother Six, and he is April 7th, 1980.
April 7th, 1980?
Yes.
Now, with him, of course, he has an alignment number, which is the number 11.
Yep.
Visionary planning is very important. Some people might call it the first pinnacle, but visionary planning is very important for you. You got to be very meticulous in what you do, especially when it pertains to business. You really like to work to yourself and work by yourself, because that 7 is that number. Like Lloyd, he's a number 7, but he's a different type of 7. He's a 16. You're a direct 7. So 7s can keep in their own mind if they're not careful. So you got to always operate on the most positive and productive thought patterns that you go in as a number 7. And then because you have that alignment number 11, you got to be careful of people you allow in your circle, because like I said earlier, 11 attracts the deceptive one, the treacherous one. And it's not negative. It's negative on one side, but I got to let you know the weakness in order for you to understand the strength. You want to be that visionary, you got to plan what you do. You have to have your ideals written down and put them into place and make it happen.
All right. Well said.
We got 2 more. Wait, I'm a
2 more. Let's knock this out.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm sorry, I can't find. Where did it go? Did we do Wayne? No, we did. I don't think we did Wayne. Wayne is
I didn't hear that name. That's the first time hearing that name.
Yep.
Yeah, Wayne is December 24th, 1992.
Destiny, or in 11, all depending on how Simon sees it on the paper.
Right.
December the 24th, 1982.
No,
here
92.
1992.
Oh, 1992.
Yes, so it would be 3.
They have a 3 destiny. Now, it's interesting. 6 and 3 are part of the trilogy of the 3, 6, and 9, which means, because first of all, 6s do well in the arts. That's one area. But then with them having a 3 destiny, that would put more in it, like maybe an artist, a musician, a designer, a photographer, a fashionista, something of that nature. 3 always does well in areas connected with government, religion, or the arts. And so whatever the case is, they will bring that kind of commitment since they're born on the 24th, and they will find that influential women will always play a part in their development and career as they move forward, whether it's a mom or a sister or niece or grandmother or an auntie, whatever the case is. And this person also has to be very careful of tripping, as they tend to trip easily too if they're not careful.
And he born the same day as Lee Daniels, which is interesting.
Yeah, December 24th, right? Yeah.
Okay, let's and we got did we do Steven Baker?
I didn't hear Steve. That's the first one.
All right, Stephen Baker is January 28th, 1992.
Wow, another Aquarian. Hey, what's up, Aquarius? I'm Aquarius. 19 what?
92.
Okay, so 1 plus 28 plus 1992 equals 2021. So that's good. Next year is 21. That's a 5 years. So hey, look, look, 28. Be very mindful on how you deal with relationships. Be very mindful. Also, that 28 is definitely one of the entrepreneur numbers and business numbers. People like, of course, Bill Gates is born on the 28th of October, which they share a similar frequency because they're January 28th, October 28th, which is 1 and 2 and 8. So, and also Denzel Washington born December 28th, Stan Lee born December 28th. Paying attention. Also, Barry Gordy born the 11/28. See, these 28s are very powerful numbers, and if you don't utilize them well by planning carefully in what you do and listening to your own convictions, don't trust in other people too much. You got to really listen to your own convictions and move on, or you'll end up starting life all over again. And then because that life path is a number 5, travel industry will be well with you. Dealing with movement is very well. You more than likely love to drive and move around. That's a very good thing. But also don't become scattered. Don't become the jack of all trades and master of none, like Lloyd would say all the time. Don't do that to yourself. Stay focused and stay relevant in what you have to do. And because you're born under the age of Aquarius, this is the age that we need to work out in. You're born the same day as Rakim and my man, the one, the only Rick Ross. Maybach music. So, big up to that.
Somebody by the name of Oba Tai J Adeyemi sent you sent me a donation twice, but you didn't leave your birth date, so that's why I refunded you. So you was wondering why I refunded you twice. You never left your birthday, so I was unable to go further with the money you sent. But I think I managed to fit everybody in. If I missed you, like I said, and send them your receipt. You was through the whole paper, King Simon. Oh man. If I miss you, I think I got everybody though. I think I did good and I got everybody. If I send them your receipt, text them your receipt, and they'll take care of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Listen, family, like I said, man, we seen the people in the chat confirming what they were saying, man. These brothers ain't no joke with this. So I want to thank y'all once again for coming on the show and just
first of all, I gotta thank you very, very much. You know, it's very, very interesting. Simon and I knew each other from different experiences, which will be revealed in his biography a couple of years from now. Some names will not be names that you know. But the point is that who would have ever thought that we would become even tighter and closer and become brothers?
Oh, Lloyd, I'm sorry. Let's fit that person in that I refund them because they end up sending. Let's just fit this last person in. June 24th, 1970. Let's just fit that last person in.
Go ahead, Lloyd. You got it.
June the 24th, 663. That's
1970.
That means that this person would be in a 6 personal destiny. That's exactly what they would be. So here it is. They're born on the 24th, and their destiny is a 6. So that means, and also I wouldn't be surprised, especially if this is a male or even a female, they would get involved in things like personal trainer, life coach, therapist, counselor, social worker, nurse, doctor, teacher. And then also, and aside from that, they would do well in the arts, especially since they're falling more in the constellation of Cancer rather than Gemini. And this is how they would do. And this person would always be a work in progress. In other words, with 6s, they always like to go to school. They're always up to something. You'll say, yo, boo, didn't you just finish your course last week? And they say, well, you know, I need to take this CPR course in case I need to use it on you or something. But they're always work in progress, okay? But I got to be honest, Simon has been so beautiful, and he's got a title to his book that I envy to this day. Numbers are simple. Simon, show that book, please. Now, y'all need to have that book. Numbers are simple. You damn people that are complicated. Okay? Once you get that out, you'll be all right. So get his book. And in the meantime, for those who are interested in numerology, like, because I'm trying to get Simon to also get online too, because Simon is a deep brother. Okay, so just like I've been successful with my online course, I'm trying to get this brother of mine to get his own course, Numerology, on the teaching thing. And by the way, I'm going to send money to get the book. No question.
Magic Money, family. This is the book that's changing people's lives. I read the book. I had the book for about 11 years now. And I just ran into it again this year. And I'm like, yo, and for those who follow me for a while, y'all know I used to have it on my website way back in the day, undergroundrailroad.com. I had it on that website, but I don't have the website no more. But yeah, that book is amazing. Magic Money. You can send it. Get it from my Cash App. Just leave your email. I want to show you this though. Check this out.
Yes,
I'm getting ready to have a new background, and I got some artwork.
Ooh, that's nice. I like that.
My father was an Aries.
Yes.
This is the Aries sign. And my mother was a Cancer.
Whoa.
So my mother's a Cancer and my father's an Aries. I'm gonna design a new background. I'm gonna put it up. But yeah, I come from an Aries and a Cancer.
And I come from an Aries father and a Virgo mother. Go figure. I says I come from an Aries father and my mother was a Virgo. Oh. But let me say this in closing. People can get in touch with us on media sites. In my case, I'm on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook under Numbers in You. And for those that want to know more about numerology or how to sign up or get your free monthly newsletter, please go to my website, Lloyd-Strahorn.com. That's LLOYD-Strahorn, Strayhorn. sign up, get your newsletter, sign up, get the class at a discount, and I'll see you on the other side, as they say.
Hey, King Simon, what was your parents, King Simon?
My parents is Libra and actually Taurus, which is interesting. Libra and Taurus. Yeah, they're still alive and well. They're still doing their thing. My mother's 81, my father is 76. So you know my mother loved the younger guys.
God bless you.
Yes. Let me just dig up my website and everything. Of course, I'm on Patreon. I'm putting up those who wanted the Phil Valentine and Dr. Nalani's video that I did on YouTube, and I had to take it down. It's on my Patreon. If you want to watch it, it's on King Simon Productions Patreon. Also, KingSimonProductions.wordpress.com, KingSimonProductions.eventbrite.com, King Simon Productions on Facebook, King Simon Productions on Instagram, and family, just Google King Simon up right now, or Google Lloyd. You're going to see all of our names just pop up, or Google Numerology. And me, I just come up exclusively. It just comes up with me.
All you got to do is Google Lloyd Strahorn if you can't remember. I mean, okay?
Listen, family, I want to thank everybody in the chat room for tuning in.
Happy anniversary, Rich! Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary, Rich! Happy anniversary!
15 years, man. That's a hell of an accomplishment, man.
You did it polite, man. You did it polite.
Yeah, that's polite enough. Yeah. Me and polite is up there, man. But you know, we talk so much about Black empowerment. I mean, we talk so much about the Black community, but it starts at home, family. And I know it's real tough out here, you know, finding your significant other these days. You know, so many people, is just so many obstacles in everybody's way. But you know, I'm just grateful. I'm thankful. You know, 15 years it's a blessing. So I appreciate it. This universe gave me this experience. It's been a magnificent experience up to this point so far. And King Simon got the Baron Soundy hat on. Shout out to my brother Bobby Hemmett.
And brother, yes, sir.
On that note, we signing out of here, family. We're gonna see you next time.
Ciao.
Peace.